Jalen Hurts in the AFC, this would be a much tougher debate. Far and away the best quarterback in the NFC. That's because like some of the competition in the NFC is the aforementioned Brock Purdy, second-year player who was the final pick of the draft, who is recovering from reconstructive elbow surgery, or so we thought. He's now saying he's avoided Tommy John surgery, greatly enhancing his odds to start week 1, Denny. I was kind of telling you off the air, sometimes in baseball, the guy's like, yeah, I avoided Tommy John. We're good to go. Elbow never going to hurt again. And then they suffer a setback like 2 months later. But this does seem genuinely different for Brock Purdy. It's also just different stresses on the elbow. It's a different kind of injury for him, the way he suffered it. I don't know if that really matters. But they seem genuinely optimistic he'll be throwing before camp. And he'll be ready for week 1. And just like, what does this mean for Trey Lance's 49ers future? And really, does he even have one? It's kind of, which again, sorry if you're listening to the show and you've heard us talk about this a lot, but the same stuff keeps coming up.
Look, I think this is a new and important twist on the 49ers quarterback situation because, as of February and March, really, there were reports and the general idea was, hey, Brock Purdy will be back. It won't be week 1. It might not be week 4. It might be the second half of the season. So, it could be a lot of Darnold. It could be Lance. They could be splitting, starting duties. Who knows? So now we have this update, and I do think it's an important one, even though if this follows the baseball example, Purdy could be not in the clear completely. I think it increases the chances that Trey Lance is not a 49er this coming season. I think there are enough teams out there who would make a deal, who would acquire Trey Lance for the potential. And I think that I know it's funny to say, but like I think Sam Darnold is fine for that Shanahan system. I think crazy that he can slot in and start 2, 3, 4 games if he has to until Purdy gets right. But the team is very clearly out on Trey Lance.
I think people might take umbrage with like both these premises, like, hey, the 49ers are just totally out on Trey Lance, or B, that there would be a market for him. But just to the first point on the 49ers being out on Lance, it's just they basically have come as close to coming out and saying it as you do in football. You never actually just say it unless you're Sean McVay talking about Jared Goff. He did just come out and say it. He came out and said it. That was the one time ever. But the 49ers, they just like the body. It's like it's classic. Like you turn on cable news and you bring in a body language expert.
Oh yeah.
Like why does John Lynch look like he's about to deliver the word? He's like telling an entire family of 9 people they all have cancer when he talks about Trey Lance. Like that seems bad. Normally the body language would be better from a GM talking about the quarterback. And look, you go.
We're 3 weeks removed from Kyle Shanahan saying that Sam Darnold and Trey Lance would split first team reps this offseason. Okay, let's not forget that. That's an important development here. Yeah. Okay, they're out on Trey Lance. Trey Lance, I think, will be playing for another team, and not maybe, that is good for fantasy. That is good. Get this guy under center for somebody.
It is, and so you might be wondering, like, how if like the quarterback guru Kyle Shanahan has announced the league that he's just done with Trey Lance. Basically, why would anyone want him? It's because going back to this conversation about just the NFC. I mean, this quarterback situation is just dire. There are so many teams that need more upside at quarterback, and it's a huge red flag that like the quarterback guru himself, Kyle Shanahan, after like 2 games, and Trey Lance like, I'm out. He's like, can't do it. That is a bad sign.
He has seen enough. He's seen enough,
but someone can offer a 2nd and 4th round pick for this guy. He's still very young, still very projectable. That's the problem with Trey Lance, is it's always just been projectable. But Sam Darnold, like, say what you will about Sam Darnold. Sam Darnold did not sign in free agency thinking there was any chance he was going to be the number 3 quarterback. Like, he just didn't do that.
Right.
He did not sign with the 49ers thinking like, I might be the number 3 if I'm here to compete for the number 2 job. Like, because there were lots of places he could have gone for a guaranteed number 2 job. I just feel like there's absolutely no way he would have signed thinking that he was not at least the number 2 quarterback.
Sam Darnold could start for at least 3 teams.
Yeah. Oh, I don't know about that. I reflexively said, yeah.
Wait, no, look, he's starting for the Bucks. All right.
Is he?
Yeah.
What? Have we already seen? Wasn't he on the same team as Baker? I guess he was a lot better than Baker last year.
He's starting. He's starting for Atlanta.
Starting for Atlanta. That's true.
Maybe that's it. 2. Sorry.
I took a drink of coffee at the exact wrong moment there.
Pat almost sprayed coffee all over his microphone, folks.
Thankfully, it made it down, though. It made it down.